storage if necessary. The farm has never achieved that, but the farm has only been used about 15% of its level of capabilities. So we want to expand that. We want to expand it greatly. Well, one of the problems with the farm is that the stuff you're producing rots. It goes bad. And the great aspect of the story of Joseph is not only that he was exalted into leadership, but he has the wisdom to store food a minimum of 8 years. So if you have first food in is first food out at the beginning year of famine. So you have 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine, and you store the first food in, and that becomes your first food eaten at the beginning of the 7 years. That's 8 years of storage, folks. That's incredible to store food that long in massive quantities. And so we're looking at the idea of a food bank. First food in, not 7 years, not 18 months, which would happen if we're dehydrating. And we are dehydrating some of our food right now. But what would happen if we could store food for 25 years? 25 to 30 years. Now, food values always go up. That means if the body of Christ is paying cash for food, that expenditure is always going up. But right now, I can give $1 of food away for about 10 cents. Did you hear me? We can sow $1's worth of food into people's lives for about 10 cents on the dollar. That's just the beginning. We've only had this farm for 12 weeks. We're already providing food to FANLIC, the organization that helps children with cancer and leukemia in Panama City. They're feeding 150 meals a day, and that food, much of it is coming from Finca Santa Marta. Not all, but much of it is coming from Finca Santa Marta. I would love to provide it all. In fact, I told the staff here, we've got to increase what we're sending to FANLIC. But FANLIC is receiving fresh kale, fresh vegetables, fresh lettuce, fresh everything. But we can't ship fresh lettuce halfway around the world in an emergency food situation. But what we can do is freeze-dried food. Now, some of you ask, well, what is freeze-dried food and what will a freeze dryer do? Well, if you look at this powder right here and this powder right here, you have very light packages, highly dense concentration of food